Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing with a continuation of the team season. We are now at the halfway point of this first team season. As I've said before, quite a short season, only 10 races this time around. And then we'll be moving on to season 2 of the individual season, which will be a good bit longer, about 3 times the length. So before we jump in, once again, we'll remind ourselves of who is competing. So first up we have the astronauts, represented by Just in Time. Then we have Boer representing the Balls of Steel. Then Snorker representing the Blue Skies. Then Cheese and Diamond Sword for the Doge Balls. We are back around to the captains this time, so Cheese will be racing for them. Budo representing Espresso Express. Demon representing Eternal Darkness. Shady and Space Comet for the Green Slushies. Baz and Dazza for the Rapid Rollers. Alice representing the Snowballs. Cosmic Crimson representing the Speed Demons. Magic and Beefcake representing the Finishers. King Barto for the Thunderhawks. Pesky Bird for the Ultraviolets. And Wood and Stormy for Vexed. So as I said, the top names, the captains, will be representing their team in this race today. So now over to the track. So race 5 taking place at the Office Prix. There's going to be 3 laps around this circuit, quite a long circuit. Bit of drama in the first individual season with this finish line. If you come in a bit too hot, there is a chance you will end up off the edge. So one thing to look out for coming out of this final pipe towards the line. But let's get our racers loaded in. And we'll freeze time. So reverse grid once again from the previous race. So Crimson, Wood, Just in Time and Boer will be starting on the front row. And of course we have our winner of the previous race, Pesky Bird, starting at the back of the grid. See Stormy in the chat. Hello Stormy. You were in the last race, so this time around it is Wood representing the Vex team. But our race later on today, which will be at 5, so 5 hours from now. Be back around to the second members representing their team, so you will be in that one, Stormy. You'll be representing Vex in that race. So far, has not been a great season for Vex, not picking up many points. But we'll see, starting on the front row in this race, can Wood pick up any points for the Vex team? Let's get the countdown underway. They make their way down to the first of the bowls. Barto with a very good start on that inside. Getting a very early drop down as well. Demon gets a better jump down the second one. So does Alice. Barto's going to be fighting with Alice into the third, but Alice makes a drop. Demon makes a drop. So Demon's off into the lead. A very good start. So it looks like Wood has moved all the way to the back currently. Shady's moved up to second. Alice in third. Snorker up in fourth. You head back, it looks like Baz and Wood are having some trouble at the back, fighting for position with each other. Baz having some trouble in the pipe means Wood's going to get away, but it's going to have a lot to do to try and get up into the points. Same with Cheese, try and pick up any points for their team. We're just one position outside of the points, while everyone is bunched up at the front. Shady's actually moved up into first. Alice with a bad bounce. Biddo's going to go around the outside. Manages to take first place. Demon in second. Shady's got themselves stuck. Will anyone knock them free? Just in time was on track to. Also, they've managed to free themselves, but losing a lot of positions. Getting stuck there. Baz in a lot of trouble. It looks like that's going to be race over for Baz at the back. But Biddo trying to break away into the lead. Demon in second. Very closely behind is Crimson. Then Snorker not far away. Crimson makes a lunge up the inside of Demon, moving up to second. Snorker's going to have a good run. But actually take both positions, moving up to second past Crimson and Demon. The Demon now down to fourth. And while this battle is happening, Biddo is trying to break away in first. Towards the back, Cheese and Wood are still tailing behind. Crimson didn't quite make it onto the steps, so Demon, Biddo and Snorker are going to be side by side fighting for that top spot. Alice, Barto, Pesky Bird just in time, all joining up together. Pesky Bird with a big bounce doesn't get onto the steps, so just in time Alice, Barto and Crimson will be side by side fighting for those positions. As we head back into the main room. Biddo breaks away in first, Demon in second, Snorker is now up to third. Snorker hitting the boost, taking the inside line, going up to second. Looks like Crimson in some big trouble further back. I think they may have fallen down the pipe and been shot all the way out, so that has pushed Crimson all the way back to last. Very bad for the Speed Demons. Cheese is making their way up through the grid. And Bwert is fighting with Pesky Bird to try and get into the points. Biddo holding the lead. Alice now close behind Demon for that second place. A Snorker in the lead. There's a Snorker in the lead, Biddo in second. Snorker's trying to make a breakaway. Alice and Demon fighting for that third spot. Alice is going to try and break away and gain on Biddo. Just in time, and Barto not far behind Demon. So Snorker's already onto the steps and makes it on alone. That's going to be good for holding that top spot. We have a big battle just behind for that second place, but that collision between Barto and Just in Time sets them both back. So Demon, Bido and Alice will be fighting for that second spot, or Snorker's already off and into the next pipe. Looks like Shady, Magic and Cheese has joined Barto and just in time. So still all to play for on this first lap. A very good drop by Alice. Not so good for Bido with that collision. Means Alice is up to second, Demon in third. Baz still remains stuck in the first pipe. Definite DNF coming in for Baz. Demon has got stuck, but they'll get knocked free by Bido. They're losing some time, but managing to get set free pretty early. He's only going to drop one place. Just in time trying to make that 2, but Demon used it to fight back and take that original position back. But that has meant a slow entry for just in time, and pushing into Cheese could mean they could drop down early with that momentum loss. Snorker's already out and on the move, so we'll see who will drop down for that second. So Alice will drop in second, Demon will drop in third. Crimson is tailing just in time. Bido and Cheese are through. Shady drops down. Pesky Bird, Magic, Boer, then Barto. Then it will be Wood, and then finally Crimson. So Barto losing a few places. Boer still just outside the points, actually moving up into the points, into that 10th spot. But there is a queue for the steps. That collision by Barto is actually going to help them all out, so they'll be side by side onto the steps fighting for those point positions. Wood managing to sneak on as well, so Wood is actually back in the battle for the points. So battle for the final few point positions going on. Meanwhile, up at the front, Snorker absolutely breaking away from the pack. Demon in second, Alice in third, not far behind Demon. If someone gets a good run down here, they could gain quite a few positions. Bido tried it, but getting slowed down. Is now just behind Alice, just in time. Has a very good run through the middle to take those positions and move up to third. Shady, colliding with the back of Alice, had a decent run. Wood in front of Pesky Bird, not getting the best run through though. Barto trying to get up the inside of Boer, but doesn't quite make it as Boer blocks them out. Bido and just in time fighting for that third place. Demon trying to hold on to second and keep a distance. Bido has some good speed, gaining on just in time. Just in time collides with one of the wall obstacles, meaning Bido is going to come through, take that third place. But Magic Monkey with a lot of speed is going to come through and steal that third place, then getting blocked out by Demon. So Demon holds second, Magic comes through for third. Bido in fourth, just in time fifth. We see Boer flying through the inside, but a really bad rebound means that Cheese, Alice and Barto take their positions back. Boer holding 9th, Shady through 10th, then Pesky Bird, and then Wood losing time again and dropping outside of the points. So Snorker losing a bit of time, not the best exit from the pipe. This is a chance for someone else to gain on that top spot. Bido with a good exit. Magic and Demon with good exits as well. Magic getting the better run, will be just behind Bido. And they are gaining on Snorker. So there is still a chance to take that number 1 spot. So we are coming up to the end of lap 1. Alice, Barto and Cheese very close together. Then just in time, Shady, Pesky Bird, Boer, and then Wood just behind. Crimson only just entering the pipe. So a lot of work for Crimson to try and get up into a point scoring position. While Snorker is on the move, coming up to the ladder. Can they get a good entry? They do. No bounce back. Looks like Magic will get a rebound. This is a chance for Demon to try and take that spot again. Demon doesn't quite make it on. Bido blocking out Demon, just sneaking in front. So Bido and Magic will be fighting for second. Demon getting pushed down a step. Alice doesn't quite get on. Cheese gets on but blocks Barto. Alice fighting with Barto, but they both get on side by side. Just in time, Shady and Pesky Bird side by side. Just in time to get blocked by Shady, but Shady fails to get on the ladder twice in a row. But again, we have this funny thing with the ladder where there's 3 very close together. Seems to be a common thing now with the ladders. Meaning no one was able to get into those spots. So Shady and Boer side by side. Pesky Bird and Just in Time side by side. Then Wood. Bit of a gap back. And Crimson. Crimson has made it on quite far back at the moment. Snorker with a good entry, increasing their lead. Has always been a thing. I'd never noticed that before. Thought they were all equal gaps. The Snorker across Magic with a really good release, actually gaining on Snorker. Across the line, then we've got Budo. Demon just behind, coming out very quick, so risky move. If it works out, then you get a lot of speed into the next zone. But you do run the risk of overshooting the edge and falling off track down that main straight. Snorker colliding with Magic, meaning Magic's actually going to push up to first. Demon slightly nudging Budo. Magic up to first. Demon gets a good drop. This is totally throwing Snorker out. Cheese absolutely flying through. That is a big position game for Cheese. Nudging Baz free, but Baz would be a lap down. There's some big position changes. It looks like Snorker has dropped down to third. Struggling to get a good release out of the bowls. So let's head up to the front runners and see how this is all playing out. Demon dropping quite a few positions, now behind Barto. Budo is now fighting with Snorker for the 3rd spot. Cheese and Magic Monkey are side by side fighting for that number 1 position. Magic pushing Cheese back. Snorker has to pass back runner Baz, so they could cause some trouble and slow them down. Not great by Cheese there, so Magic's going to extend that lead. Try and make a breakaway in first on lap 2. Budo gets past Snorker. Then further back, got Demon, Barto and Pesky Bird fighting for position. Wood has been overtaken by Crimson. So Wood running fairly slow, not really making any good time in this race so far. This has been the way for the Vex team for this whole team season so far. So Snorker taking the inside line, Budo taking the outside. It's a good line by Snorker, probably the best line through there. Gain on Cheese. Trying to reclaim another position. Budo not far behind. Then Barto and Pesky Bird side by side. And further back we've got Shady, Demon, Boer, Alice just in time, Crimson and then Wood. The Cheese and Snorker will be side by side onto the steps. Budo managing to jump on as well with that bounce. Magic heading into the pipe. Magic having trouble though, has managed to bounce back down. So that has made some chance for the others to gain. Budo dropping down as well. Getting stopped by the steps, they don't fly out to the other end. Baz getting set back, but a lap behind already. Doesn't hit anyone as well. Shady up. Barto's out. Pesky Bird is out. Shady's going to drop down. A lot of people having trouble with this pipe this time around. Shady actually getting sent all the way out and is off the track, so that is going to be a DNF for Shady and no points for the green slushies. Meanwhile, Demon and Boer side by side, 7th and 8th. Alice in 9th. Just in time makes it through for that 10th spot. There's a fight further up ahead. It looks like Cheese has gone for an overtake on Magic. So Cheese has moved up to first, Magic in 2nd, Snorker in 3rd. Can Snorker hold on to a fastest lap to the end? We shall see. An extra point for a fastest lap. They do manage to get around Magic. Good line past Cheese as well. So Snorker moving back up into first. Straight onto the steps, followed by Cheese. There'll be a battle between Snorker and Cheese for first. Magic and Pesky Bird will be side by side as well. Looks like Barto will be joining Budo. But everyone currently paired up in their battles. Big bounce by Cheese, that was risky. Could have gone over the edge. They break away in first, Snorker in second as they head down towards the bowl. Pesky Bird with a good release in third, not the best bounce, means Magic's going to get a better run, but it's going to get blocked out by Pesky Bird. No, there's no contact, but they do take a slightly different line of the bounce off one of the pins. Pesky Bird keeps hold of that third spot for now. Magic just behind him fourth. Barto colliding with an obstacle. Budo doing the same, so Barto's going to try and keep hold of that fifth spot. Budo in sixth. Cheese is already out of the bowl and making a runaway in first. They make their way to the next steps. Can they get on before anyone can gain? It looks like they will. So Cheese holding a strong first place now. Snorker in second, closely followed by Pesky Bird and Magic. So Magic doesn't actually make it onto the steps. Snorker and Pesky Bird will be side by side. Magic might be joined by Barto here. They are, with a slight budge by Budo. But Budo doesn't make it on. Cheese already way off into the lead. Pesky Bird moves up to second, dropping Snorker to third again. So Pesky Bird, if I remember correctly, actually our winner of the previous race. We'll be looking to pick up some more big points for the Ultraviolets in this race after not a great start to the season. Magic flying straight through. A brilliant run by Magic, moving up to second. So Pesky Bird down to third. Snorker down to fourth. Barto's got a good run, but not good enough. But they are now just behind Snorker. And further back, Alice with a good run through the middle will collide with one of the wall obstacles. But will get away from the pack. Then we have Demon, Budo and Buer all side by side. Then just in time, and then Wood and Crimson fighting for 11th and 12th just outside of the points. So some work to be done by both of them to try and pick up points for their teams. So Cheese already heading into the next pipe. Magic Monkey just entering the steps now. Gain some time on Cheese. Pesky Bird coming around in third. So everyone's starting to spread out a bit now in the top three. Woods actually managed to gain quite a bit of time on the middle pack while Crimson is left trailing behind. So let's go over and look at this battle briefly. Just in time, Budo and Wood. Just in time, Budo collide. Wood's going to go in behind Budo. So just in time, just in front of Budo, holding them back as they head up to the steps. Budo and Wood not quite making it on. But it's just in time we'll be joining Demon and Buer side by side, heading into this pipe. Wood getting pushed back slightly by Budo will not make it on alongside Budo, so Wood's going to be delayed and have to wait. We head back to the front runners. Cheese currently in the lead. Magic very close behind on the ladder. And there's a big gap down to third, which is now King Barto. Pesky Bird just missing out. Will get on the ladder in fourth. Snorker not far behind, but doesn't get a good entry onto the ladder. Will be in fifth. Baz, of course, a lap down. Alice in sixth, just in time, and Budo close together. Demon with a good rundown will get past Budo with a slight bump. Will give Budo enough pace to take that position back. Alice bounces back on the ladder. This is a chance for someone to sneak in just in time, side by side with Alice. They block Budo out. The Demon and Budo entering the ladder, stopping Boer from getting any entry. So Boer will have to wait till the next step down. Baz ended up a lap down because they got stuck in the very first pipe for a whole lap and then were knocked free on the second lap. Then we have Crimson and Wood at the back. So up at the top, Pesky getting a really good run on Barto, carrying a lot of speed through there, may have the better line to drop down. You see Cheese and Magic Monkey already on the move out the other side. Barto dropping in just before Pesky Bird. There's some big battles going on. Looks like Just in Time's had trouble further back, failing to get all the way up and out of the pipe. But Alice and Demon will make it through. Were almost going over the edge, runs the wall slightly. Looks like Cheese has managed to get the fastest lap. Crimson now in front of Wood. We'll be battling with Just in Time into the first set of bowls. As Wood slowly makes their way to the line. Now we're going to make our way up to the front runners again. As we can see, Cheese and Magic breaking away for them top two positions. The massive gap back to third. We have Pesky Bird currently in that third spot. Snorker in fourth with Barto just behind in fifth. Demon in sixth. Budo getting overtaken by Alice. So Alice moved up to seventh. Budo in eighth. 1 second. Oh, I got a really dry throat today. Anyway, as I was saying, so Budo up in seventh. Alice getting overtaken by Boer. So Boer's going to move up to eighth. Alice to ninth. Crimson will be in the last point scoring position in 10th, then Just in Time and Wood just outside of the points. Meanwhile, up at the front, Cheese is already making their way through the next pipe. Not a bad release. Then Magic is going to get set back. That's going to be costly for Magic, but hopefully they'll get stopped by the steps to keep them in the pipe. Worst thing that can happen on that drop down is to end up going flying back and potentially going off just as Shady did. So that allows Cheese to extend the lead on the on this final lap, also holding the fastest lap. Then Magic in second, a good gap back to Pesky Bird in third. Barto and Snorker colliding in the pipe, meaning Snorker's going to get set back. Barto's going to break away and take that fourth position. Snorker now making it up the pipe. Demon could try and gain some time on Snorker. A good exit like that. Then Bordeaux, followed by Bleu. Just in time, closely followed by Crimson. So just in time has moved up into the points. Once again, Alice has actually dropped a few positions, meaning Crimson has moved up into the points. Alice has dropped out of the points. While up at the front, Cheese heading into the next pipe as Magic just heading into the steps. Pesky Bird's going to try and get on, but is too slow. They will not be joining Magic on the steps. Barto won't be able to be quick enough to join Pesky Bird either. So the front of the pack starting to spread out a bit now. Most of the battling going on in the lower point scoring positions. The Cheese already heading down to the big bowl. In the background, we see Just in Time trying to gain on Blur, but just colliding with them. Slowing Just in Time down, giving Crimson a chance to try and take a position. Crimson going up the inside, carries more speed through. But a rebound off Blur. So Blur, Crimson, Just in Time will be side by side going onto the steps. Wood getting past Alice. Both still outside of point scoring positions. But it looks like they will be side by side onto the steps as well. So Cheese on the move, Magic also on the move. Pesky Bird about to drop out of the bowl and head off as well. Then we have Barto and Snorker. Demon having some trouble with our back runner Baz. Actually slowing them down, losing them a bit of time, which gives Bordeaux a chance to gain a spot. Up at the front, Cheese trying to extend this lead and hold it for the final parts of this race. Looks like they'll get a decent run down this straight. A good run down this straight for anyone is a chance to pick up a few positions. Doesn't look like Magic's going to be able to pick up that first spot, bouncing from side to side. Same with Pesky Bird. So Cheese looking safe in first. Magic makes their way through slow and steady. So does Pesky Bird. Barto's going to get a really good run down the middle. This will be a massive chance to gain time on the front three. A lot of speed into that zone, but a hit on the obstacle will slow them down. But they are now side by side with Pesky Bird. They make a lunge around the outside. They make it work. So Barto's up into third. Pesky Bird down to fourth. Going down the next zone. Looks like Pesky Bird's going to get a better run down this part. Slight collision with that spinner. A good launch into the next one. So Pesky Bird will take that third place back. Barto moving back to fourth. But Barto getting the better line down the straight, just avoiding Pesky Bird. That is a brilliant run for Barto. Will also gain some time on Magic. And try and hunt down that second place before the end of the race. Pesky Bird dropping a position from that. Meanwhile, Snorker in 5th, Bordeaux in 6th. Demon in 7th. A good run past the spinners. Were in 8th, Alice in 9th. Wood now in a point scoring position in 10th, just in time in 11th, Crimson in 12th. A rebound by Wood there is not what they needed. They drop a position to just in time. Just in time now getting rebounded. But not enough for Wood, although that hit on the obstacle might be enough. They both hit the wall obstacles, Crimson as well, so no one's getting a good run through this section. Crimson knocking Wood, giving Wood a really good run past just in time. So they'll leave that zone with Wood in front, Crimson and Just in Time side by side. But the three of them will be neck and neck in the final section of this race, fighting for that point scoring position. Demon and Boer side by side, fighting for 7th. We head up to the front as we approach the end of this race. Cheese with a good lead going to this final section. They can make a good exit out of the final pipe. This could be big points for the Dogeballs. The Cheese is now off the ladder and into the bowl. A good quick entry. How will they do out of the pipe? A big launch. I don't think they actually crossed the line. I think that may have been a massive choke for Cheese. It looked like they went over the wall, off the track, into the obstacle and bounced them back on. But I think they went around the post of the finish line. So a big upset for Cheese and the Dogeballs. This means Magic Monkey could be coming through to take that first spot if they're slow with it. But Barto flying through with a big lunge actually takes first. Magic takes second. A massive upset at the end of this race. Cheese absolutely choking that win and losing crucial points for the Dogeballs by going around the finishing posts. Barto flying over the top of Magic to steal that first place, with Magic going too slow. Pesky Bird taking third. Cheese actually holding the fastest lap. Snorker's going to take fourth. But if Cheese is falling outside the points, that fastest lap point won't be counted. So a very dramatic end to this race. Alice in 5th, Fido in 6th. As Boer says, poor Cheese. It is a shame. I don't think we have Cheese watching us live. Boer coming through in 7th. Demon with a big bounce just manages to stay on. That was risky, but gets past our back runner Baz, so Demon will take 8th. I imagine if Cheese was watching, that would be very, very upsetting. But I'm sure they will watch it back at some point. Crimson in 9th. Wood managing to pick up points in 10th, just in time, just outside the points. Will come through in 11th. Too upset to type. Maybe, but I think if they were here, we would have heard a lot of talk coming into the final lap with that big lead. So, big upset for the Dogeballs. I'm eager to hear the response there by Cheese. I'm sure we'll hear something in the Discord at some point. But such a terrible way to end the race for Cheese, but a very great way to end the race for our race winner Barto. An incredible end to a final lap, taking that top spot for the Thunderhawks. Barto actually having a very good season so far. I think has picked up their 3rd win today for the Thunderhawks. Only member of that team and is doing an excellent job so far for them. The finishers doing really strong as well. And another strong point position picked up by Magic. So it'll be interesting to see how the leaderboards are looking with this result. So I'm going to input these results while the DNF timer counts down. And we'll see how the standings are looking after this race. So I'll be back in 2 minutes with the results. Okay, so the results have been inputted, and we'll head over to the updated leaderboard and see how the standings are looking. So you may notice the points may be slightly different. I noticed that the points on the last race were actually reading as the previous season's amount of points, so they were bigger. So it shouldn't have affected the positions, but they are now the correct numbers. So some of the points may look lower, but it shouldn't have affected anyone's actual positions, hopefully. However, it looks like the Rapid Rollers have actually been knocked out from their second position. So they've been knocked way down with these results, down to 5th. The Ultraviolets moving up with a good 3rd place finish. Espresso Express in 3rd with that 6th place. The finishers up into that 2nd spot thanks to that 2nd place, and the Thunderhawks storming away in 1st. Sorting is incorrect. Oh, it is. Thank you for pointing that out. Give me 1 second then. I need to resort it again after that slight change then. That must have affected the positions slightly. Okay, we should be good now. So Rapid Roller is actually down to 4th, Ultraviolets actually just behind 5th, but the Thunderhawks are making a breakaway in 1st with another win. 3 wins, as you can see on the left, for the Thunderhawks by Barto. The Dodgeball is getting the fastest lap, but unfortunately outside the top 10 means no extra point for that, which means they are now outside of the top 10 overall. The finishers in 2nd with 54 points. Espresso Express with 44 points. Rapid Rollers in 4th now with 41. Ultraviolets with 32. Speed Demons with 28. Blue Skies with 25. Snowballs with 24. Balls of Steel with 23. Green Slushies with 20, making up the top 10. Then we have the Dogeballs, Eternal Darkness, Vexed, and Astronauts. So everyone now with points. Balls of Steel not doing so well. Still in the top 10, but could do with picking up some points in the upcoming races, as we are now halfway through. Now's the time to really pull in those points. But there is still a chance. The gaps aren't too big, especially in the middle of the pack. Everyone's quite close together between 3rd and 10th. Not many points in it between those positions. So still to play for. Thunderhawks are absolutely dominating, yep. Doing very well so far. But we do have another race in about 4 hours time. So we'll see if they can keep up this streak. Or if anything, any more interesting events will happen. If anyone else will come through, maybe Dogeballs will try and fight back after that big upset at the end of this race. But that is going to be it for this race. If you're watching on Twitch, please head over to YouTube and go subscribe over there. Drop a like on any of the videos you enjoyed. That helps support me and the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, please come over to Twitch. Follow, you can watch live, take part in the chat, and be entered into future seasons. Also check out the Discord for more discussion over there and get yourself into a team and get your very own skin. That'll be it for this stream. I'll be back again in about 4 hours for the 6th race, which will be on the competitive flat race. So there is that to look forward to. But that is it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.